But I did want to say the last thing about the whole Elon thing was that there was
Mm-hmm.
this big scientific, because I'm an engineer. It was a
Mm-hmm.
scientific feat that happened, and they Elon Musk's company Starlinks actually did a rocket launch, and the rocket launch came back
I
where
saw
the
that.
booster, and it's called a chopstick method, and the two
Mm-hmm.
arms caught the booster, and I'm like, wow,
That was
that
crazy.
that was crazy, because what he's trying to do is speed up the process to get to Mars, and he's also trying to do a commercial like travel program for people to be able to go into space. But so then, with my thinking, I'm like, okay, he's doing all this great scientific work, and he's doing this, but it's also a problem with the environment. And I was wondering, why does he
Mm.
support Trump so much? Well, he's supporting Trump because I believe that he is dealing with a lot of environmental issues, and he has to deal with the FAA for a
Sure.
lot of things, because you just can't just take a rocket and launch it. You got to get approvals, all
Of
that kind of stuff.
course.
And so if he's with the Republicans and with Trump, they'll just let him do a free for all. But
Absolutely.
right now it's like he has to abide by these rules, and really it's to help everybody, because even when he did the rocket launches, the top part of the rocket landed in the Indian Ocean, and it's like that's pollution.
Of
The
course.
the climate change people was going crazy. It was, oh my God, what's happening?
Well,
And
yeah, I would ask you. I mean, just because you are, an engineer. I call you Hidden Figures. So Hidden Figures. Um, what's the like the benefit of going to space? Do you think there is still a benefit given all of the factors that you brought up? Climate change, using all the resources. I mean, is there a benefit? Because I think there was, when we were in the 60s, to explore and to see that we could push the envelope scientifically, I think is important, right? I mean, there was a space race, and we're trying to see like all the things we could develop that could get us to space. And so I think that's what Elon's doing, and continuing to show, how we as humans can innovate, right? So I think that's exciting. But what's the end game? I mean, is there practicality to finding
the
out
end game
if
is power.
is it
At the
power,
end of the day, it's
or is
power.
but is there a legit idea of like exploration where we would find a home on Mars or a home on the moon? I mean, is there a way to expand the human race and have us have other places to live? I mean,
Yeah.
your
It's
thoughts,
like
Loni
what you
Love.
see. It's like what you see with Star Trek,
Right,
but it's ultimately power. They want to be able to make money. They want to be able to, just like you get on a plane, go to Paris. Oh, you can get on a plane, go to the moon, you go to the
right.
Mars. They want to see if there is life out there, which I believe that there is life and living beings. And this is what scientists do. We all, they wonder and they do experiments, but we need to do it safely. And even like they say, when they were shooting off the rocket, there was a sonic boom, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody's house in that area was like shaking, like, oh God. And then when it came back down, it was like again. So it's like that's going to have an effect on the environment. But to answer your question, I believe it's about power, it's about making money. And there's a little bit of what is out there, because we don't know what's out there. So
Now,
everybody nosy.
would you, well, and especially you. So the next question would be, the follow up is, would you go to the moon if you had the chance? Would you
Oh,
go on one of the
definitely.
rockets?
I
Would you
would.
really?
Oh yeah, I get on there in a minute. So
Look at you. You are
it
nosy.
might happen. So I'm working on it. I'm doing a grant to try to see if I can be an
What?
astronaut.
Loni Love, that would be amazing.
I would
How
love that.
cool.
Now we're gonna move on
What
from
if I went what
science.
if I went with you and I was next to
No,
you on the
that's
flight?
not happening.
What if I was like, Loni?
That's not happening.